But I mean, I was friends with Adam before I got Waterboy. So we did this movie called Shakes the Clown.
Right.
Bobcat Goat.
Oh, yeah, sure.
It was about 3 rewrites away from being a really good movie.
Hi there, and welcome into a brand new week on Celebrity Salute, dedicated to the men and women who serve our country in active duty, our veterans and their families. We're here for you. God bless you. We love you. On each episode, we look for people and stories with some connection to these heroes.
Blake Clark is a seasoned American actor and stand-up comedian with a career spanning over 4 decades in film, television, and live performance. Best known for his distinctive Southern drawl and warm comedic presence, Clark has become a familiar face to audiences through memorable roles in numerous Adam Sandler films, including The Waterboy, 50 First Dates, and Grown Ups. He also took over the beloved voice of Slinky Dog in the Toy Story franchise after the passing of his friend Jim Varney. A Vietnam War veteran and former Army officer, Clark brings depth, heart, and authenticity to every performance. We are honored to be joined by actor Blake Clark on this week's episode of Celebrity Salute.
Blake,
Yes.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you guys doing?
Doing great, man. I'm from Knoxville, Tennessee, so this is
Cool.
right in the middle of my
I love
world.
Knoxville.
Oh man, I'll tell you what. Yeah, I love your comedy. I have followed you for so many years. We're based in Kansas City, Missouri. Now.
Oh yeah, I love Kansas City.
Yeah, I've seen you at Stanford's here. I've seen you
Yes.
so many different places. Are you still doing stand up?
I haven't done it in a while, but depending on the success of this show, I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, man, you don't have to worry about it. Hey, when you're buddies with Adam Sandler, you don't have to worry about much, right?
Well, no, but you know, in fact, he's doing a nationwide tour of stand up, and he asked if I'd like to do some guest sets.
Oh,
on the road
wow.
with him. And I said, hell yeah, sure.
Oh, that
You
would,
know,
that would be cool.
I just did. Well, I will be tomorrow, actually. Happy Gilmore too. I'm in that. So
Wow. Well, I mean, you've been in just about all of them. Waterboy, great in Waterboy, man. So funny. I mean, you're just always such a recognizable character. How was it to work with Leanne?
as I've been so lucky in this business, the people that I've worked with and for have been just wonderful people. She's a wonderful person. Chuck Lorre, you couldn't ask for a nicer guy.
Yeah.
Ryan Stiles, Kristen Johnson, Celia Weston. It's like a family.
Yeah.
Everybody, they're just so nice, and it's so different than what you would imagine. It's people in high up in show business are like. They're normal, good, decent, hardworking, humble, nice people. And I've been so lucky that the people that I've worked for over the years, like Adam and Kim Allen and Michael Jacobs with Boy Meets World and Drew Carey, and just I know that they've become friends. They're friends. It's not just. But I mean, I was friends with Adam before I got Waterboy. So we did this movie called Shakes the Clown.
Right.
Bobcat Goat.
Sure.
It was about 3 rewrites away from being a really good movie. It was loosely about stand-up, and we were all clowns.
I love that movie. I love that movie. Shakes the Clown.
Shakes the Clown. And Adam and I played friends. Even though I'm 20 years older than him, we became friends, and we were doing that movie when he got Saturday Night Live. So,
Wow.
After the movie, he went back to New York and started doing Saturday Night Live. That was cool.
And the new Netflix comedy series, Leanne, which is coming out July 31st. Yeah, Leanne is so down to earth. I know the last time I interviewed her, we sang Rocky Top at the end of the interview together. I mean, she is just herself. And it's funny, when I watched this show, and I watched every episode of this show in about 2 nights. I loved it. I thought it was so good because, I mean, you guys, and I guess it's pretty easy for you, Blake, because, I mean, you've got that Southern accent, and but to pull that off and to nail that Southern kind of existence, man,
Right.
it's so authentic.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's that's kind of what they were going for.
Yeah.
It's just
Well, I asked Kristen Johnson, I said, hey, you grew up in Milwaukee. How can you be Southern? And she said, well, I learned a lot of it from Leanne.
yes. It's just I don't know. A Southerner feels the necessity to apologize for themselves all the time. They're usually, they're usually self-deprecating. They're
Right.
usually pretty down to earth. It's a lot of nature.
Yeah.
It's animals and plants, and she says I was a farm girl. Well, I didn't grow up on a farm, but I hunted until Vietnam. I didn't hunt after that. I didn't really want to. But, that's a whole nother story.
Well, I kind of want to ask you about that because our audience is active duty military veterans and their families, and I know you were a platoon leader in Vietnam. So,
Yep.
So that your hunting days were over after that. Was that experience just completely changed you?
Yeah, I just didn't want to kill anything anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I still eat meat, but I don't know. I'm not against it. I mean, people that, that's
Sure.
my heritage, the South, growing up in Georgia. But I don't know. I didn't want to do it anymore. And I also didn't like being around a bunch of rednecks with guns.
Well, I just watched.
Guns and beer and rednecks are.
It's not a good combo, is it?
That's like I used to say in my ag, is that alcohol, tobacco, and firearms isn't the Bureau of the federal government. It's the shopping list for the weekend for redneck.
I just watched some stand up from you on the Tonight Show, and you're talking about the guy talking about when they give you they tell you how to fasten your seatbelts on the airplane,
right?
And they hold it up over their head. And you looked at the guy next to you, and he said, "I can't get it over my head." And
I can't get it up over my head.
Yeah, and you said, "Hey, did you drop your NRA card?" You were one of Johnny's favorite guests on the Tonight Show.
I was lucky. He was a veteran. So was Ed and a bunch of people, and Doc and all of those. They were all in the service.
Yeah.
And so, I guess they kind of, I think they were very protective of me. So that was nice. And when I did the first Tonight Show, it was in July of 1982. I'd only been out here since January of 1980. I didn't have a manager. I didn't have an agent. I didn't have anything.
Wow.
I was the doorman at the Comedy Store. And that's the way I got the Tonight Show. Was the guy who used to be the comedy coordinator, a guy named Jim McCauley. He's dead. They're all dead now. He saw me do my stuff about being a Vietnam veteran. So he said, why don't you do this? You do the show. And I went, really? He goes, yeah, put together some material. So I did, and he didn't like the material. So I went, oh, well, there's that. That went, nowhere.
Right.
So like 6 or 8 weeks later, I'm still working the door, and he comes in to see somebody else. And he says, when are you going to showcase for me again? And I went, I thought you didn't like me. He goes, I didn't like your material. I like you. So I went, okay. He said, put together another 6 minutes. So I put together the 6 minutes. He liked it, and I got the show. So
Wow. How was that? How was that first Tonight Show, man?
I was so nervous.
I'll bet.
In fact, in my introduction, Macaulay, the guy was the guy that was the talent coordinator, wrote for Johnny to read. He said, he spent a year in Vietnam as an infantry platoon leader, but tonight's, he said, is the most nervous night of his life. So that was the introduction. And Johnny had read it. I'm standing back behind the curtain, getting ready to go out. And I'm, trying to remember my first joke.
Right.
And then somebody goes, Blake. And I turned to my right, and it's Carson. He came backstage and said, this is a great audience. Just relax and have fun. Don't be nervous. And that made me more nervous.
Oh, man.
I mean, I was standing there, that was Johnny. That was Johnny Carson. Johnny Carson just called me by my name and said, "Don't be nervous."
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh.
And I walked out and I looked over at him and I went, "Yep, that's him." and then, you couldn't really see the audience.
Right.
You knew they were there. It's kind of like walking through the jungles in Nam. You couldn't see the enemy, but you knew they were there.
Yeah.
So you couldn't see the audience, but I knew, I could see the cameramen, but no audience. So that kind of threw me for a second. And then I had this one joke that was very iffy. If I did it right, it would really hit big. If I did it wrong, that was the end of my career.
Yeah, right.
So
right.
it was basically hinged on one joke, which was the people who came home after after World War II got as well. They should have got a kind of heroes welcome and parades and all that. The hostages came home. They got a hero's welcome. We came home from Vietnam. We didn't get a hero's welcome. People spit on us and called us names. So I would let it sit there for a second, and you could hear. You could hear like tick, 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 tick.
Right.
And I spent a year in Vietnam fighting for my country. I come home, first American I see, calls me a warmonger and a murderer. First American I see. A long pause. Let the audience, they were very uncomfortable. I couldn't see them.
Right.
But in the clubs, when I was doing the 6 minutes, they would kind of fidget and look away or whatever. So I said, calls me a warmonger and a murderer. First American I see. So I killed him. And the audience went nuts. Carson fell out of his chair. And it was, that was it. After that, I just kind of took a deep breath, finished out the rest of my 6 minutes, which turned into 10 minutes. And
oh, man, that's so good.
Yeah.
Blake Clark. He's on the new Netflix comedy series, Leanne. Starts July 31st. Blake, great to talk to you, man.
Great to talk to you. And thank you, guys, for all your service. Thank you for picking up your weapon and standing the post. Thank you for those who guard us.
You've been listening to Celebrity Salute. Celebrity Salute is produced by Brainstorm Media and distributed by National Defense Network, with host Randy Miller and executive produced by Nate Herron. Be sure to visit us at nationaldefensenetwork.com. This podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also say, "Alexa, play the National Defense Network podcast."